Huge! As we've been talking about the last few days, this ascending channel is actually breaking down to the downside. And if Bitcoin pierces through this level on our 6-month ascending channel, we'll show you exactly what the next predicted target is of this drop. Bitcoin set an absolutely massive weekly candle just last night. However, it looks as though we are going to be starting this pullback, guys, and we're going to show you exactly where the lowest level this could go as well. Huge news, the SPX is actually now setting an all-time high, guys, the highest that it's ever been. And as well, gold is potentially seeing one of its biggest dumps since March of 2020. And guys, what is next for Bitcoin as Wall Street gets a vaccine booster? Let's dump in. Welcome back, Mr. Sisters and Tiny Fiat Fisters. Guys, we have a lot to be jumping into in this webisode. As we started talking about 2 days ago, as we were topping out around 16,000 US dollars, it was very likely that we'd see a pullback. So this is 100% expected, but something very interesting is going on with the correlation between these charts and Bitcoin's price. This is absolutely very crucial and very important to know what exactly is going on between those two. And as well, some actual fundamental news we're going to be jumping into in this web analysis as well. So if you're new to the channel, as always, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get updated when we post crazy, critical, life-changing, groundbreaking videos like this. And as well as always, if you want to enter for a ledger, equivalent BTC, or T4, make sure to drop your comment below. Subscribers only. Wow, and for anyone trading, guys, if you have experience and you want to support the channel, make sure to use code WIN500 after using our link below, and you can get up to 610 additional dollars for trading on Bybit for a limited time only. Wow, so guys, we can start off here with this gold chart. Absolutely insane. You can see this massive dumpage just continuing, potentially going to be bigger than what we saw at the beginning of August, and potentially, matching what we saw in March. This is probably one of the biggest daily candle drops we've seen for gold in a long time. And if we go to the SPX, you can see we actually opened up the SPX this morning with a new all-time high, all the way at about 3650 roughly, right? Currently we're at 3600. Absolutely massive, though. You can see this pattern we were trading in over the last few months. And with the news of this vaccine and president actually led to all-time highs the first Monday after those announcements. Huge, guys. If we go to this chart, we've been talking about this ascending channel that was going to break down to the downside most likely, and it actually did. So we actually came up recently and retested the top here, and you can see, obviously, these two 1-hour candles are pretty massive right here. Very quick rejection right at exactly the level we talked about in yesterday's video, 15,800 US dollars. So that's where we faced this resistance just a few hours ago. And you can see after we failed to break above this ascending channel, which was most likely going to happen, you can see a pretty substantial drop. So how low could this thing go? Honestly, right now we're looking at about the 14.5 level for support in the short term, but there's some other charts we want to delve into as well. And obviously this weekly chart got an extremely bullish close last night, but will we be coming back to revisit this weekly 21 moving average already, or is it going to continue to run up before we ever come down to visit that, guys? Because as you know, I 100% think we're going to be visiting that 21 weekly over and over and over again within the next 12 months. But is it too early to tell? And guys, you can see here this 6 months channel that Bitcoin's been trading in. You can see right now, and actually for the past 5 days, we've been holding basically right on this line. And if we fail here, there's two targets I have to the downside. One being about that $14,000 exactly, and also the 21-day moving average. And I think that that is most likely where we're going to hold in the short term. But I also do expect a wick down, potentially all the way to 13,000. So potentially a quick drop over the next few days, especially this week, as this has just gotten started, potentially going all the way down to 13,000 US dollars, but ultimately finding support and spending most of that time actually on and above 14,000 US dollars. And guys, keep in mind, what we were talking about over the past few months is this 21-day moving average being a level where we pull back to. As you can see on this chart, every single one of these crosses, we did touch on that 21-day moving average many, many times, but this is the only time so far that we haven't gotten pulled back to that 21-day moving average. So honestly, in my opinion, I am very confident that this drop is going to bring us down to at least this 21-day moving average, which is about 13.8, right? But I ultimately think that we will find support there. But I do think before we do concretely, we're going to have some wicks, potentially again down to that $13,000 level on this chart. And you can kind of see the same thing here. This is 14.4 here with this 21-day moving average. but ultimately I do think we're going to end up coming back to kind of test the middle of this channel, which again is about 13,000 in a quick wick. But ultimately, I think holding 14 is going to be pretty important and most likely right now. Another thing I find interesting about this is that the SPX is obviously just set a new all-time high today, but Bitcoin and gold are both dumping. And in fact, since I started this video, gold is actually dumping even more. And this is extremely interesting because if gold breaks this level of support that it's had on the charts for about 6 months, about like 5 months, again, I do think we're going to be going lower, and the 200-day moving average is not out of the question. That's absolutely huge. If you're a gold investor, that you know how significant of a drop that is, right? And again, when we're talking about highest daily percentage candle drops in a very long time, then obviously this is a big deal. Huge, guys. First mover, what's next for Bitcoin as Wall Street gets vaccine booster? Now, this has been plastered across front pages everywhere, but I do think it's important to note. So Bitcoin was trading above 1,500. Currently, it's below that as stocks rally because of the progress in developing a vaccine. With the outcome of last week's presidential election settled, crypto analysts turn to other market factors. The week ahead is not as easy to call. Matt Blom, head of sales and trading at cryptocurrency-focused financial firm Diginex, wrote to his clients, "The initial thoughts led me to believe we will consolidate with support levels being tested throughout the early part of this week. Profit taking could feature." So a lot of macro features taking precedence right now. But again, like I said a few days ago, we're going to see less and less dips in terms of their price drops and the amount of time that they're dipping throughout the next year, in my opinion. So again, stay on your toes because, again, this week specifically is going to be volatile, guys. We still have some crazy uncertainty in some of these markets, and I'm really curious to see if this vaccine actually does become reality, because I would love to see the world open up safely, right? I would absolutely love to see it. I don't want to wear a mask anymore, but I also don't want people to die. So it'd be beautiful news if a vaccine was actually available as early as possible. Huge, guys. So if you're new to the channel, as well as always, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Congrats to yesterday's winner. We're going to be getting that shipped out. Actually decided on the ledger yesterday. But as well, if you have experience trading and you want to support the channel, make sure to sign up with our link below, guys. You can get up to an additional $610 for trading on Bybit. All of the instructions are listed below in the pinned comment and description.